Rising component prices? Check. Worsening rupee against the dollar? Check. AI boom, hardware doom? Check. And in this gloomy tech world, Xiaomi has come with a fresh load of positivity. Their new Redmi Note 15 apparently is a return to the old glory days of the Note, according to the company. Their intention is clear. Here's a good-looking curved phone with a capable hardware set. But is that enough for people to get interested in the Redmi Note 15? Well, let's find out in this video made in collaboration with Xiaomi. Hi, if you're watching me for the first time, I'm Arshad. This is Trakin English, your destination for detailed, incisive gadget reviews. The first thing that caught my attention with the Redmi Note 15 is that it is very refreshing to actually pick it up and use it for the very first time. See, phones have been getting bigger lately with bigger batteries, and they're also getting bulkier. Not that everybody's complaining, but still, it's refreshing to see a phone that's this slim and this light and still packs a fairly large battery. In fact, the Redmi Note 15 is the slimmest and lightest Redmi Note ever. Yes, it uses a completely polycarbonate build, but that helps maintain the weight under 180 grams. So I'm not really complaining, and it doesn't take away from the entire in-hand feel of the phone either. And I did hand this phone to a few colleagues and they said this looks premium too. And if you look at the camera module design especially, it looks very similar to last year's Redmi Note 14 Pro, which means that the Pro's premium design is something that, Redmi wants to bring to the base Redmi Note 15 as well. Now, since this is a phone with a curved display, it needs better durability. And what Redmi says is that it has advanced double strength protection on the display. And we've been using it briefly and we feel like it's pretty sturdy. And even if I do this, and I've done this before already on the Tamil channel unboxing, and nothing's happened to it. Having said that, glass is still glass. Glass can break, so I would advise that you actually install a screen protector on top of the display. But you do get a screen protector with the box, which is nice. By the way, the screen protector is pre-applied, and you also do get a case inside the box. So protection is not going to be too much of a problem. And the build has also been upgraded this year compared to last year's Redmi Note 14, which is a good thing. So you do get IP65 and IP66 ratings as well, including military standard 8108 certification. In terms of ports and buttons, you get stereo speakers, you get an IR blaster, you get the power button, you get a volume rocker. Yeah, you've got everything, and you get a USB Type-C 2.0 port as well. Also, the SIM card tray supports micro SD cards for all the Ambanis in the audience. Folks who get that joke should definitely subscribe to Trakin English. Now let's talk about the display. And the display is actually pretty good, except for one caveat, and I'll come to that in a bit. So it's a 3D curved 6.77-inch Full HD Plus AMOLED panel with 120Hz refresh rate as well. And you get a peak brightness of 3200 nits. It's a very bright panel, possibly the brightest panel in this price range. So when you take it outdoors, it's plenty bright. And you also get a PWM dimming rating of 3840Hz as well. And in fact, if you look at the bezels, they are pretty slim, so you do get really good screen estate. And when we checked out the color accuracy of the display, it was pretty good too. Now let me come to the caveat. Well, there is no HDR video playback support on YouTube or Netflix. So that's something that you need to know. Now, the stereo speakers, they're decently loud, but I don't think they're very rich sounding. They could have been tuned better. Take a listen to it for yourself and let me know what you guys think. Now let's talk about the one thing that Redmi is really proud of on the Redmi Note 15, and that is the new 108 megapixel sensor. Now this is a new sensor that Xiaomi is introducing for the very first time to the world on the Redmi Note 15 globally, because the Chinese sensor is a different one apparently. So that's nice. You also get an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera as a secondary camera and a 20 megapixel selfie camera on the front. Now from our initial testing, the primary camera performs well in daylight actually. Photos have good detail when you take a look at the 100% crop. And even when you zoom into up to say 3x and beyond, thanks to that 108 megapixel sensor, the crops don't look half as bad. Skin tones look pleasant with a slight bit of brightening, and the colors have a subtle bit of pop. Now what stands out, however, is the HDR processing. Especially look at this scenario, which is a very challenging lighting condition. The Redmi Note 15 for a budget phone actually did a very good job. You can shoot portraits at 1x and 2x and the edge detection is fairly accurate. The low light performance is also pretty good for the segment if you ask me. The ultra wide angle camera is usable but nothing exceptional, and the selfies turn out to be good overall, although a little bit of over sharpening is something that we noticed. Selfie HDR should definitely have been better. That's one thing that you have to note. Now for video recording, the primary camera supports 4K at 30 FPS, which is nice. Stabilization kicks in only at 1080p though, so keep that in mind. You do not get stabilization at 4K 30 FPS. And the ultra wide and the selfie cameras are limited to 1080p 30 FPS. Overall, I'd say that the camera experience is pretty good for a budget phone, and that 108 megapixel camera actually does do its job well. Now let's talk about the software. And out of the box, the Redmi Note 15 runs on HyperOS 2 based on Android 15. It would have definitely been nicer to see Android 16 with HyperOS 3 out of the box. Unfortunately, that's the problem that you have to deal with. But thankfully, Redmi says that you'll get 4 years of software updates and 6 years of security updates, which is nice. So hopefully the Android 16 update comes really soon to the Redmi Note 15 and this doesn't seem to be a problem later. However, one thing I must definitely mention is that out of the box, the phone comes with a lot of pre-installed third-party apps. There are 21 apps that we counted, of which 10 were games and 11 were apps. Now, features-wise, you get the usual essentials that you expect from HyperOS 2, like split screen, floating windows, and second space. Interestingly, Xiaomi's interconnectivity features are also present here, which means that you can do file transfers between your phone and even a Mac for that matter. You can also save your clipboard and stuff like that, which is cool. And if you're wondering, you also do get support for Circle to Search and Gemini integration. Now, finally, what we are left with is the performance. And let me tell you, right out the board, the Redmi Note 15 is not a performance-oriented phone. Compared to the Redmi Note 14, the processor has been upgraded. Now you have the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3. And there are two variants of the phone, 8 128GB and 8 256GB, and it's both LPDDR4X and UFS 2.2 storage type. Now see, we ran Antutu and we got a score of about 5.9 lakh, which is not that great because it's the Antutu version 10. In Antutu version 11, you can expect anywhere between 8 to 8.5 lakhs. Not the best in the segment, I would say. And you can expect to do some casual gaming with this processor, like you can play BGMI and COD at about 60 FPS. That's about it. And of course at lowest graphics. But if you're somebody who's not like a real gamer or anything, then this performance should be okay. And 120Hz doesn't stutter too much in our time that we actually use the phone. So that's slightly heartening. That said, you do get a pretty large battery inside the phone. It's a 5520 mAh battery with 45-watt charging speeds. And in our test, we noticed that it does actually hold up well in terms of battery life. We got about, say, a day or a little more than a day's worth of usage with the phone. But most importantly, I do like the fact that despite being a slim phone, the battery size hasn't been compromised. Now, coming back to the first point that I made, saying that the Redmi Note 15 brings back the glory days of the Note would be a bit of a stretch. Having said that, it is definitely a decent upgrade over the Redmi Note 14 for sure. And if you're looking for a new option in the 20,000 rupee price category, especially for somebody who wants a slim, light, yet not compromising on the battery life kind of phone, then the Redmi Note 15 is definitely a good option to consider. In fact, even the camera experience was pretty good compared to the previous Redmi Note phones that we've tested. It's definitely an upgrade. A more powerful chipset, however, would have been a nicer addition. Hopefully, Redmi can do that with the next phone. Anyway, these are my brief first impressions of the phone after using it. If you want like detailed reviews or comparisons, let me know in the comments. And what did you think of the Redmi Note 15? Let me know that as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep tracking and stay safe.